A very good morning here from the airport of Seattle. My name is Robin and I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this new video of mine. I'm here in Seattle to fly with Alaska Airlines on their Embraer 175. Now, I flew with Alaska before and I was very impressed even though I was on a basic economy ticket. So today I wanted to see if basic economy already amazes me, then I wanted to try out first class for once. So that's what we're flying in today. They also have a lounge here, and I heard good things about it. With the first class ticket, you do get lounge access. So let's go to the lounge, and then on the Embraer, and then onto Edmonton. So please, come with me. I just come off a 3-hour flight with Spirit, and with a 5-hour connection time, I figured it'd be totally worth the extra money to fly in Alaska's first class cabin. Alaska have lots of self-service kiosks available where you can print your boarding passes and your bag tags. If you are checking in luggage, you still have to line up for drop-off, although this will speed up the process. It was also busy for priority check-in, and since online check-in didn't work for me, I had no other choice than to line up, but it was all worth it when I got to the brand new Alaska flagship lounge in the North Concourse that opened in July of 2019. I really like the interior of the lounge. It almost gives a sort of a living room feel, but most of all, I absolutely love the view on the runway. In the center of the lounge you can find a coffee and a food bar, where they at the time were right in between breakfast and lunch, and I was lucky enough just to grab a bagel. It's also good to see the availability of fresh fruit. At the bar, you can get any drink complimentary, and surprisingly, tips are not accepted. And since the North American tipping culture always makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable, this is really great to see. Slowly, the sun came breaking through the clouds, making the experience even better. But after almost 5 hours, I saw my aircraft land. Our aircraft today is a Horizon Air Embraer 175 that was delivered to the airline in October of 2018, making the aircraft just over a year old. Horizon are a subsidiary of Alaska and operate 30 of this aircraft type under the Alaska Horizon brand. Well, that's the brand new flagship lounge for Alaska here in Seattle. It's an amazing lounge, and most of all it has a great view on the runway, and literally all I've been doing for the past 5 hours I spent here is just sitting here and watch the runway and watch all the amazing aircraft take off here. It's fantastic, but it's time now to go back to the gate and then onto the Embraer 175, so please come with me to the gate and then we're going to Edmonton. If you'd like to visit this or any Alaska lounge, you can get access with a ticket in first class, even on domestic routes, or you can purchase a day pass for $50. The flight today departs from gate C2G, and instead of a jet bridge, at these gates you just walk to the plane. Once inside, a drink is offered, for which I chose a glass of bubbles. By the way, did you know that you can follow all my trips live on my social media? You can find the links to my Twitter and Instagram in the description down below. For now, let's enjoy takeoff. Alaska's Embraer 175 has 76 seats in a 3-class configuration, and none have a middle seat. First class is in a 2x1 layout, and I have one of the single seaters. There's no video screen in the seat back, but you can stream films and shows from your phone. Alternatively, you can read some of the reading material provided in the seat pocket. A guide to first class, Alaska's in-flight magazine, Beyond, an ad for a credit card, and a safety card. The tray table here is stowed in the armrest, which unfortunately had not been cleaned since the last flight. The flight attendants hand out hot wet towels in first class, which incidentally are also great to clean your tray table with. There's an extra cup holder built into the armrest of the chair, which is quite handy since you can't stand up from your seat when your entire tray table is out. Unique to first class are power outlets, and in the overhead panel you can find personal air vents and reading lights. No meal is being served on this flight, and instead a tray of snacks, including bananas, is available. Though I had hoped for more than snacks, the flight attendant made sure to keep us hydrated and even served me a drink shortly after the initial descent was started. Unfortunately, the entire flight was quite bumpy and the seatbelt sign had come off for a very short while only, during which I was able to check out the lavatories. It was very neat and clean, just slightly cramped. But make sure to keep watching until the very end for my final 2 cents on this flight. Well, after a hop of about an hour and a half, I'm back in Edmonton, Canada. I'm back home after a weekend of flying. And the big question that has to be asked today is whether it's worth to pay the extra money to fly on first class with Alaska. And that all depends on what kind of traveler you are. For me, it was worth it because I got to spend 5 hours in the lounge with free food and drinks, but also with an amazing view on the runway, seeing aircraft take off and land. So that's worth a lot of money for me. But for an average traveler on this hour and a half flight with just a bigger seat and some extra service, that extra money, probably not. And the service got cut short as well because of the turbulence, which incidentally seems to be the common theme here for all my 4 flights I had this weekend. So is it worth it? Probably not. For me, however, yeah. So it all depends on the traveler. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm going home and I want to thank you very much for watching the video. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more like this, please subscribe to my channel. And otherwise, see you next week.